Hello everybody, it is Zara Animation, and this is probably one of my largest, I mean, not I guess in like content, but like largest in terms of like this is a big deal. This is a big deal for me to do. I've had this idea, well, something similar to it for a while now. There was a point like 2 years ago where I said, you know what, I think it would be a really awesome idea for me to make a video talking about some obscure, weird like Dragon Ball Shine facts. You know, because like at that point I had like a bit of stuff, you know, that I kind of wanted to get off my chest and talk about. But now, you know, 2 years later, you know, season 3 is about to be over, leading into season 4 and then eventually 5, and another movie. There's a lot more content that I can, you know, openly speak about. I know now my original thought with this whole Dragon Ball Shine Iceberg was, you know what, it's kind of weird for me to do it because, you know, the show is not over. It's not over yet. So like I was thinking, you know what, maybe I should wait. But if I waited, this will be delayed by at least a year and a half, and I don't want to do that. I'm sure there'll be more content from, you know, the movie in seasons 4 and 5 going forward. There will be enough there so that I can probably make a part 2 to this and have a whole like another like separate list of things, you know, that like, you know, that like are well known and like unknown. It's like all that stuff is going to be pretty great to see and, you know, to talk about as well. And I can't wait for it. So yeah, let's get right into this. The Dragon Ball Shine Iceberg. There it is. Now, if you're confused by why, you know, the logo at the top is says season 5, it's because it's very this is a very stupid reason, but I lost the original logo for Dragon Ball Shine. Yes, I lost it. I do not have it. I have seasons 3 to 5 logo. I have 3, 4, and 5. I have all the movie logos. I even have a season 2 logo, which, you know, didn't even exist until like a year ago. Like for the longest time, season 2 did not have a logo at all, and I just, you know, like one day I made one. We're almost 3 minutes in, and I'm not even talking about the iceberg. I'm just rambling on. Hopefully, you find what I'm saying interesting, and if not, I'll probably put like a timestamp, like an intro, like the time bracket thing, you know, that like all the I guess videos have nowadays. So if you're bored of me talking here at the beginning, you can skip past it, and it's all good. I'll put like a time code on the thing, and you can, you know, scrub through and see all the little clamps and stuff. But yeah, that's why the season 5 logo is there and looks pretty awesome, and it fits the vibe of, you know, like the iceberg, you know, like the mystery type stuff. So that's why that logo's there. Anyway, we will be going through the surface level, the shallow waters, the depths, and the abyss. So yeah, let's get it going here. Starting off with the surface level. Dragon Ball Redemption is a film that I have planned, or like have been planning out for over a year and a half, almost 2 years, I think. And I've had the script fully completed. I've made some tweaks and edits, you know, like to it over the course of the last year, but I've had it pretty much done for like 2 years now, and I haven't gotten a chance to actually come around and actually do it. But yeah, essentially what this is, Dragon Ball Redemption is not in any way canon to Dragon Ball Shine. It's not even taking place in the same universe at all. It's just, it's its own separate thing. So yeah, it's like its own little thing, you know, like it's completely like, it has nothing to do with the main story of Dragon Ball Shine. This is just an idea that I had in the brain like 2 years ago, and I was like, you know what? I think a redemption story for Gohan seems pretty cool, and this is like an alternate timeline thing from like the Z era, and I think it's pretty cool to explore. I don't think I've ever seen something quite like this explored. I mean, maybe I have in the past and just forgot, but like regardless of if it's been done before or not, I think it's really cool like to go into your little mode and like, you know, kind of like have your little spin on something like of an idea, and it's pretty cool. And now that I think about it, yeah, I am way like far removed from the first person to do this kind of thing. Far from it. I remember like a lot of like stop motion animations and like Hyorin Jutsu, the sprite guy, you know, like Cell return videos and like Gohan versus Cell, you know. But like I think it's cool to see everyone kind of like diving into that in their own way, and you know, and now I'm taking my stab at it, so it's pretty great. You know, I'm really excited to get working on it, and yeah, hopefully that'll be out before before January. So there we go, to cap off 2021. Anyway, Trunks' hair is a very interesting talking point for this, because look, and there's a very good reason as to why I placed it on the surface level. Trunks' hair in the Dragon Ball Shine movie 1, Red and Blue, is interesting. Like in like the so I used a certain figure, right? It's like it was a bootleg of the Ultimate Figure series made by Bandai like many years ago, and I've had it now for like 7 years, and I used it like the Super Saiyan Trunks hair was the main talking point. That's why I didn't say like Trunks in Red and Blue. No, just his hair. There are like 60 comments alone like on Red and Blue that are just talking about Trunks' hair and how garbage it looks. It looks terrible, and I agree. It looks bad. It looks awkward. It's just his face is bad. His face is worse than his hair. Actually, his hair is actually more of like a Super Saiyan Rage type of look. You know, so I like, you know, so it looks all right. You know, like in that aspect. But yeah, his hair is a main talking point. It looked garbage. I actually, now that I think about it, Trunks is not even in Red and Blue. That's a whole nother thing. The second time he disappeared. Oh my gosh, he's not even in Red and Blue, but he's in the intro. And I used that head, and it's very awkward looking, and a lot of comments. I actually still get comments to this day talking about it. His hair. Red and Blue was released over 2 years ago. I think it might be 3 at this point, but it's been years, okay? So gosh, lay off with the Trunks hair comments. I don't like it, even though I kind of do, because it's really fucking funny to see like 50 people, 60 people talking about Trunks' hair, and not like all the other errors in Red and Blue that you could have pointed out, which are a lot funnier. And you know, like one of them we're actually going to get into, which is not all that funny given the reason behind it. But yeah. Anyway, moving on. Season 6. Now, hearing that, you might be thinking, Season 6? What are you talking about? Of Shine? What? Huh? What do you mean? There is no Season 6. And I guess I'm basically confirming it now. There will be no Season 6. No. I'm not going to go out and, like, directly confirm it or, like, deny it. But I'm going to say this. There are no current plans for a Season 6 of Dragon Ball Shine at this very moment. So the reason I put this on this iceberg is one, because I was running out of ideas, and two, which is the main reason, because I posted about it on my Instagram like a year and a half ago, and I basically made like a mock-up, like a logo for season 6. I still have it, by the way. That's embarrassing. I have a logo for a fake Dragon Ball Shine season that hasn't even happened yet, and yet I lost the original Dragon Ball Shine logo that I made back in 2016, I think. Like, come on. That's embarrassing right there. But yeah, I just wanted to throw this in there because I thought it was interesting, and hopefully you do too. And if you don't, well, that hurts. That hurts more than Trunks' hair in red and blue. Anyway, moving on. Now, to cap off the surface level, we have Trunks again, but this time it's his magic disappearing act in season 2. I think like the last like 3 episodes, he's just gone. He is vanished. I think I'm not sure if he's there at the end and he just like is not there, but somewhere whilst filming season 2, I forgot that Trunks was there, and I just forgot to include him in an episode. I really did. Like, just midway through this season, I just forgot Trunks. I forgot to add him, and I did not think of adding him in the like other episodes either. I just said fuck you, Trunks, and that's it. And I briefly touched on this in my like rewind look at History of Briefs, and I was like, you know what? I gotta come clean. This movie only exists because I forgot about Trunks in season 2, and I had to explain away and come up with a reason, a logical reason as to why he wasn't there. So that's basically what History of Briefs is. I forgot Trunks, and I gotta say, I crafted a pretty okay story from it. It's, you know, it's good. I think it's sure a hell of a lot better than Red and Blue. Red and Blue was just this. You know what? We'll get into that. Anyway, yeah. And that concludes the surface level of this Dragon Ball Shine Iceberg. Now, starting off with the shallow waters, this is the start of the more unknown, obscure Dragon Ball Shine stuff that is not as well known as the surface level stuff. This is basically like, you know, if you're like, I guess like a friend of mine, or like you really pay attention, you know, to the series, you know, you might have noticed these things. But anyway, to start off, Blue Boo. That probably sounds weird, but if you are aware of season 3 and the villain of that season, you know exactly what I'm talking about. Baby shows up in season 3 of Dragon Ball Shine to officially make it Dragon Ball GT Shine, although we'll probably get a glimpse or two of that later on in the iceberg, actually in this very level. And Baby, and spoiler alert, if you haven't seen it, go whatever. Baby goes up inside Kid Buu, and he turns blue, and he's Baby Boo. And he turns blue, so he's Baby Blue Boo, or Blue Baby Boo, whatever. That's like the 3 B's, whatever. And he's Blue Boo. Now, the reason that this is interesting is because he's not blue forever. Like currently in Shine, if you watch the latest episode, he is not blue. He has not been blue for at least like 5 or so episodes, or maybe even 6. I don't know. He hasn't been blue for a long time. Reason being because the way that I tried to edit the blue on Boo was not the smartest way to go about it. I was editing in an app called PixArt, and I basically I manually changed the color of everything that was pink on the screen, and it changes to blue, and I erased everything for every single frame that he was blue for. So that means if you go back and watch Shine, or if you have already watched Shine, that portion of it, every single frame you see where he's blue, I manually, frame by frame, went in and I edited that. And I'm not saying that as like, oh yeah, well, I did all this. No, that was a terrible way to go about it, and I don't know. I don't. It's just, it wasn't the smartest thing to do, and it really took up a lot of time. And so I just said, you know what? Fuck it, I'm gonna remove it. And like later on in the season, during the fight, he loses a bit of the control of the baby power, and it's he's not blue anymore, which is a dumb reason, but it was the only logical thing that I could come up with at the time to explain why he wasn't blue anymore. So that's basically all that is. History of Briefs Uncut. Now, if you were around the time that History of Briefs was released, you would know that there are currently 2 versions up of the film. There's the original release, and there's the uncut, which is like, I don't know, like a few minutes longer or whatever. Now, history of the production behind History of Briefs, the first release anyway, was halted by time constraints, and I was trying to get it out, and there was an issue with my phone at the time, like I couldn't really get everything that I wanted into the film, and like the music was pretty weird in certain scenes, and it was very odd. It was very weird, to kind of go in and watch the original release. So I said, you know what, fuck it, I'm gonna leave it up, because my original plan was to just, completely remove the original release and just re-upload it. But I said, fuck that, and I made an uncut version with all of the cut content that I had like stored away. I even I managed to add a few things, and I changed the music around, and it's pretty good. So that's History of Briefs Uncut, and Android 17 is still the same in both versions. There's nothing going on there. We will get to that later, my fellow friends. Missing dialogue in red and blue. Now, what is this referring to? This is of course referring to the Dragon Ball Shine movie 1, Red and Blue, where, now if you watch it right, there is a painfully long amount of time where there's no dialogue at all. There's none. Okay, and there's a few reasons why. First is because around the time that I was finishing the production of Red and Blue, I was done with the animation, and I was gonna record voice lines. I fully planned to fully script out voice lines for this. Now, I'm not saying that that the entire film is like void of any like voice lines, because there's definitely some in there, like a 5, I think, or 4. It's a very small amount. But around the time that I was going to record, I was very sick, and I could not record. My throat was fucked up. I was not fit to record anything. So I decided to scrub all the lines, borrowing a few near to the end, and I think 1 or 2 sprinkled in there in the middle and the beginning. I don't quite know, but I needed to add one crucial line in there, where it's like, where Frieza had just taken down God Goku, I believe, and like he's on the ground, he's like, oh my god, Gohan, help me. And like he's on the ground, like he's about to die, and it's like, oh, Gohan, help me. Like, and Gohan just like looks at him and doesn't fucking do anything. I'm pretty sure like Piccolo heals him instead. I don't know. But yeah, if you thought that performance was like really good, and I sounded like I was dying, and I like it was like really accurate, to someone who's like hurt, that was not acting. I was sick and my throat was fucked up, and that was actually me just recording in line, like just like as is. I was messed up. It was a whole mess, and really, Red and Blue could have its own video of just like oddities and like weird stuff about it. Like, for example, the whole concept behind Red and Blue, like, Red and Blue was not even supposed to be a part of the Dragon Ball Shine story, really. Like, it kind of looks like it is, but at the same time, it's not. And you could probably take that out and place it in like another story, and like it would make sense, because this is one of those films that's like you just throw a bunch of characters together, they fight, and it's over. And like midway through the production, I was sitting there like, you know what? This needs to be a Dragon Ball Shine movie. This needs to be continuing over into season 3. And lo and behold, I did that. I did that exact thing, and it ended up working pretty well. Trunks just shows up out of nowhere, like in the premiere episode of season 3, so that's cool as well. But yeah, Red and Blue, missing dialogue. If you also notice, I used a bit of like video game voice clips. There's a lot of them stacked into this, and that is why, because I could not record any lines myself, and I was unfit to. But yeah, that's the missing dialogue in Red and Blue. Season 2, episode 4. My gosh, okay. This probably should have been a little bit lower, but whatever. Season 2, episode 4 is arguably the worst episode of Dragon Ball Shine ever. Not because of, well, I mean, there's multiple factors, but the main one is how long it is. The episode clocks in officially, I think, at around 2 minutes and 30 seconds, which is the literal intro section of this video is around 40 seconds longer than that. It is a very short episode. It's a very forgettable episode. It's really just like Vegeta is down and Goku helps him up, and then he turns Super Saiyan and he's about to fight Broly. It's literally just like a setup episode. It's really nothing to write home about. The intro for the series lasts for half of the video, so the actual episode doesn't even span 2 minutes. It is so short. It's like you blink and you miss it. It's over. And also, around that time, I had left my phone out in the rain. I had an iPhone 4S around the time. Actually, I left that phone in the rain, and my camera was severely damaged. It was fucked up. My camera was terrible. And there was a film over the glass part on like the outside of the camera, and it made the episode look like shit. There's like this nasty, disgusting, like greasy overlay thing like in the corner of the screen, and it made the entire screen look like shit. That's not an effect. It was actually that bad, and that's why the very next episode, episode 5, the camera quality is so much better. It's like night and fucking day. And the reason being is because I took a knife and I cut off like the glass backing to the camera, and the film was on that part, so the camera had nothing like blocking it. Now, Now, that is obviously a very stupid thing to do because you're exposing your camera to potentially even more damage, and it's not good at all to do that. And I didn't even have a case on my phone, so my phone could have been clocked like that anytime. But yeah, that explains the quality drop, the time. Well, I mean, the time was always going to be that short. I mean, it was. It's like a nothing episode. It doesn't matter. It's like a setup thing. It's easily one of the worst. And there was a bunch of comments below, and like some wise words from like my friends at the time. Well, I mean, still friends. And like like they were like, "Yo, the episode is so short. Like it's like half of the episode is just the intro," and like they were right. The episode was terrible. And they told me like it is because they're amazing guys. Still friends with them to this day. Amazing group of people. Seriously. Yeah, but that is the story of, I guess, season 2, episode 4. I guess if anybody wanted an official explanation, there you go. Super Saiyan 4. Okay, now really this has no business being here. I just included it because I mean it's hinted at and it's pretty blatant, but I thought I'd include it anyway because it's Super Saiyan 4 is cool and nobody can tell me otherwise. Super Saiyan 4 beats the fuck out of Super Saiyan Blue. I don't give a fuck. Dragon Ball GT is fucking amazing. Fuck Dragon Ball Super. Super Saiyan Blue is fucking ass. Super Saiyan 4 is the best transformation in Dragon Ball history, bitch. Anyway, in the season 4 intro, even though season 4 hasn't even fucking premiered yet, in the season 4 intro, there's a portion of it where Goku has a tail, he turns around, he powers up, it's like a red aura, and you see smoke, and you see the silhouette of what looks to be a Super Saiyan 4. It's pretty fucking obvious, and it pretty much confirms it. I know I'm like spoiling it here. I mean, it's pretty fucking obvious. And for those who follow me on Instagram, for those who actually know me, there ain't a chance in fuck that I'm gonna finish Dragon Ball Shine with 5 whole seasons and never mention Super Saiyan 4 or having Super Saiyan 4. I have Super Saiyan God, Super Saiyan Blue, Super Saiyan whatever, everything. Super Saiyan 4 is going to make an appearance, and it's probably something that could have been fucking guessed and fucking assumed years prior because I love Super Saiyan 4 and I'm gonna find a way to include it in everything because it's amazing. I got that Super Saiyan 4 SH figure arts coming soon. I got that Dragon Stars. I got it. I understood the assignment. I hate that fucking song, but yeah. Super Saiyan 4, and that caps off the shallow waters of the Dragon Ball Shine Iceberg. The depths. Now, the depths, there's like 3 things in here. It's not a lot, but it's enough. Now, starting Dragon Ball Shine's original logo. Now, this logo really only appeared in like 2 videos. Literally, like 2 to 3 videos, and that was it. I did away with it. Now, if you were around back then in 2015, where I had just ended my other series, Dragon Ball Ultimate, in place for this series, Dragon Ball Shine, there's a video that I had a while back, like before episode 1 even premiered, and it was basically me saying, hey, fuck Dragon Ball Ultimate, and I'm doing Dragon Ball Shine now, and whatever. That's the entire video. And the overlay for the video was the new logo for Dragon Ball Shine, and that was the first logo, and I used it for the first episode, the first intro of season 1, and that was it. I did away with it, and I changed it to the current logo. Obviously, I'm sure you've noticed by now, in each season of Shine, there's a different color scheme to the logo, and the text changes from, you know, the fucking logo number. So yeah, it's season 1, 2. I mean, season 1 is just like the base logo, and then season 2, 3, 4, and then 5, which is what you're seeing on the iceberg right now. So yeah, that is Dragon Ball Shine's original logo. It's rare. I mean, like, I've only posted it and talked about it like twice. So there it is. If you haven't seen it, there's Dragon Ball Shine's original logo, which is literally just Dragon Ball Ultimate's logo, but the text that says Ultimate says Shine, and it was really more of a placeholder logo, but whatever. We're just gonna gloss over that real quick. 2 Android 17s. This is talking about history of briefs, specifically Android 17, and like what he has to do with the main timeline of Shine, because the timeline that Trunks travels into, you know, while he was being forgotten in, you know, the midst of season 2, there is the Android 17 without an arm. I originally was gonna give him a beard, but there's too many frames to edit, and I didn't have any black Play-Doh or like black stuff to like smudge in his face. I didn't really think of that much to do with him, but yeah, I think it would have been cool if he had a beard, but I mean, yeah, whatever. Android 17 is up for your interpretation to be either dead, alive. He's a figment of Trunks' imagination. He was never there. He is there. I briefly ran over this in the history of briefs, I guess, like a retrospective video that I did like 2 years ago, which I already mentioned earlier. And it's very confusing as to what happened to 17 and whether he's actually there, because you could make the case for either or, whether he's alive, dead, you know, like a figment of Trunks' imagination, you know, whatever, which would kind of contradict other parts of the film, but whatever. I guess Trunks' imagination is fucking wild. But yeah, it's just, you could form a whole theory on Android 17 there, but yeah, that's about it. Maybe we will revisit the topic of 2 Android 17s in a completely different context later down the line in Dragon Ball Shine bars. And yeah, hopefully that's a little bit of a hint dropping for Super. Anyway, moving on. First appearance, Evil Goku. Now, we all know who Evil Goku is. It's this guy. I'm sure that this is how you all remember him looking, and, you know, there he is, using the Jax Kaioken Goku head. And, yeah, but little did you know, in his first appearance, I think it was season 1, episode 7 or 8, but in his first appearance, I didn't use that head. I actually used the 1.0 Super Saiyan Goku hair, because I was like, you know what, I'm just gonna use that head, because I mean, like, I didn't really have anything else to. I mean, I had that head, but I didn't think to use it at the time, so I quickly switched it out, and you know, and I created the Dragon Ball Shine Evil Goku that you know and hopefully love today. So yeah, maybe somewhere down the line when I remaster Shine season 1 and I get to that point, you know, in his first appearance, you will see the Kaioken hair instead of the Super Saiyan one. So that would be kind of cool to see. Yeah, and that concludes the depths.
On to the abyss
of this Dragon Ball Shine Iceberg. And yes, I've said that for every single level up until now, but I think it fits and it's funny, so I'm gonna keep it in there, even though it's not really funny. It's kind of just whatever. It doesn't really need to be in there, but I added it in there anyway because I fucking felt like it, and it's my iceberg, not yours. It's the coldest iceberg on the block of ice. See what I did there? I'm fucking retarded. Season 1 openings of Dragon Ball Shine. Now, what do I mean by the Season 1 openings of Dragon Ball Shine? Well, oh boy. I mean, there are 3 total... Did you know there are 3 total openings to Dragon Ball Shine Season 1? There's 3. There's 3 separate openings, and one of them is only used one time. The first episode has the first intro. The second episode, third, fourth, and fifth, I think, have the second, and then like 6, 7, 8, 9, and then both parts of 10 have that as well. There's 3 intros. I guess I wanted to use a lot of songs, you know, for the first intro of Shine, and I was like, damn, I'm so hype. I have a whole list of songs I want to use, you know, because like the first song was actually the super intro that was like showing around the time, and so I was like, damn, you know what, this is the new Dragon Ball super intro. This is the first one. It's fucking amazing, and I want to use it, so I got on the hype train and I used it. Second one was the Dragon Ball Kai one, I believe, and the third one was the Dragon Ball Z Kai, the final chapters opening. No, not that one. It was the Japanese version of the final chapters, which was like the Boo Saga, and I used a Japanese opening for that, which is fucking amazing, by the way. And if you don't like it, well, I don't like you, and you really shouldn't care. But I'm joking. But yeah, speaking of not liking stuff, I know this is like a detour a little bit, but speaking of not liking shit, yo, the English version of the Dragon Ball Z Kai Buu Saga, that intro and outro is badass. I don't give a fuck what anybody says. I love that intro. I love that outro. Fucking Kamehameha, fight it out. And like the outro is like, get up and let's go. We're gonna save the universe. Stand up and move on. Don't listen to what your father said. We are all right, okay. I'm pretty sure you get the point. I'm not gonna go on forever with this, but it's just, I love those songs. They're really cool. I think I might do like a future video one day, just talking about all my favorite Dragon Ball songs. I think that would be kind of cool. Actually, you know what? That could be like, yeah, that'd be really nice. Anyway, moving on. Season 2's missing episodes. Oh boy. Okay, so as you all know, or could know, or might know, there are only 6 episodes in Season 2. There's 10 episodes in Season 1, and there is going to be 10 episodes in Season 3, which pretty much spoils the ending, but hopefully you don't catch on to that. I can't believe she cracked your code. So my plan from the very start of Shine was to have every season of Shine have a certain number of episodes, have the same amount of episodes, which is kind of limiting, and I kind of have to tell the story in a certain way so it fits a certain amount of episodes, which is weird, I guess. But the plan from the start was to have every season have 10 episodes. I originally stated like 5 episodes, maybe 15, even 20. I was like, you know what? No, that's too much. It's too little. So I think 10. I think that 10 is a good calm number to use. So yeah, that's why season 1 has 10 episodes. Season 3 is gonna have 10. 4 and 5, I'm not sure. Season 5, I'm definitely not sure because it's gonna be a wild as fuck season, and the ending is gonna piss a lot of people off. I have it all written out. It's well, not actually written out, but I have it in my brain, and I don't know if that's gonna last all 10 episodes. So let me just leave it at that. I remember around the time that season 2 episode 6 was released, and like around that time that season 2 was just about to end, my phone fucked up completely. I know that earlier when I was talking about the season 2 episode 4, I mentioned that I left my phone in the rain and like it fucked up the screen and like the camera or whatever. No. Wait a minute. Oh my gosh, I'm dumb. Okay. So earlier I mentioned my phone fucking up due to the rain and the camera was messed up because of that. No. I left my phone in the rain, and that is why it was fucked up around the time that season 2 was about to end, and I needed to switch over to the Android, and I didn't want to animate on that shit at all, bro. I was like, you know what? I'm not animating on a fucking Android. Fuck that. And I finished because if you noticed, episode 5 was the one with the amazing camera quality, right? It was fucking great. It was amazing. It was cool. And episode 4 was a shitty one, right? And then episode 6 seemingly just had a major drop in quality, and that's because I filmed it on a completely different phone. It was on an Android because my iPhone was fucked up. It was really fucked up. So the camera issue that I talked about when I was talking about season 2 episode 4 was actually just because the camera was just like dirty as shit, I think, and I just refused to clean it for whatever reason, and the camera lens was permanently damaged because of that, and it was just horrible. I left my phone in the rain, and then like after that it was like fucked up and I couldn't use it, and I recall there being like a memory issue as well. Like I couldn't have all the episode on the phone, so I had to use the Android. It was just a whole mess, and that's and just around the time I was just like, you know what, I don't want to continue the season. I want to end it right here, just to start fresh with a new phone and just have everything be cool and calm. And who knows, maybe if seasons I almost said season 6. Maybe if season 2 would have lasted 4 more episodes and I would have gotten to the 10, maybe Trunks would have returned, and maybe we would have never gotten History of Briefs. We would have never gotten any of that stuff. Season 3 would have probably went on as is, but Trunks would have never got his own little story, and I don't think he would have ever had Super Saiyan Rays. I don't think. So yeah, I think it's kind of interesting. Maybe somewhere down the line, I will remake the last 4 episodes and kind of like extend the Broly fight, because that's where it was. Maybe they have an encounter with Sentry or some shit. I don't know. I think that would be kind of cool to do, to explore, the unseens of Shine. Anyway, moving on. Gohan's age. Okay, this is a huge one. This is the first thing that I added to the Abyss. When I was thinking about this level, the Abyss, I was thinking, what is something so obscure, but it's so right in your face that it just needs to be discussed in a large manner, right? And that is Gohan's very inconsistent age in Dragon Ball Shine. Now, in season 1, episode 1 of Shine, we see Gohan and Goku and Vegeta and Trunks and Piccolo and stuff, and Gohan is a little kid. Okay. Now, mind you, Shine is supposed to take place after Buu, right? Which explains why Goku has Super Saiyan 3 in Season 3 and why he only has God and all that stuff. And why we see literal Fat Buu and Kid Buu. They come back, you know, because there's like a rip in the, like in the universe dimensions or some shit. There's like a tear because Sentry is fucking stupid. Anyway, I'm kidding. I love Sentry. So during that time, it's kind of hard to think like my exact thought process, but I think that I wanted to use the Kid Gohan figure, you know, but like but then as Season 1 carried on, Gohan aged up, you know, to where he is like at the end of the Buu saga. And the reason being is a combination of two very important things. One is the fact that I could not at all animate with the Kid Gohan. The articulation was not good at all. It was the Super Battle Collection Gohan. You know, it's a great figure for like, you know, visually. But as far as like, you know, like being an animator with it, it's not the best. So I had to make a switch. And I didn't have a... I guess like a Kid Gohan that was actually articulated well, and I didn't even have a Teen Gohan at that point. I got the Teen Gohan like a year later, I think. Yeah, but yeah. So I made the switch to the Gohan in the orange gi, which was not even the figure arts version at the time because I didn't have that. I had the Jakks Pacific Gohan, which was better in terms of articulation, but like, when you look at that figure on its own, the articulation is really bad. It's horrible. But it was more than enough to use during the Broly fight. Because I'm not going to have Kid Gohan fight fucking Broly. It doesn't make any sense. But yeah, basically the aging was a combination of me not being able to animate with the Kid Gohan and having plans to have him fight. And... you know, the series taking place after Buu, so Gohan being a kid does not make any sense whatsoever. And thinking about it, Goku wearing what he's wearing does not make any sense, but I don't have End of Z because fucking Tamashii hasn't released End of Z Goku yet, and I know they want to, I know they need to, they have to, please do it, please. And it better come with a little Pan minifigure and like a power pole, please, all I want. Oh my gosh. Anyway, yeah. And funny thing, in the first intro of Shine, there's like a sequence where we see Gohan literally aging up from kid, teen, and then to adult. I had like because I made the intro first, I had no idea how the events was going to play out. So that was completely ironic, you know, that I had that in the first intro, and then I had Gohan's age just like change drastically. It's crazy. But yeah, I think that just about covers it as far as Gohan's age. Hopefully I answered the question, and I mean the question of his age in the most clear and concise manner that I possibly could. And if you have any more questions about his age, let me know down below, and I'll be glad to answer it, you know, like in the best way that I can. But anyway, Sasuke in Season 4. Now you're probably asking yourself, what the fuck are you talking about, dude? D&Z, Zara, Sasuke. I mean, Season 4 hasn't even happened yet. You have an intro for Season 4 that was released over a year ago, and Season 4 isn't even out yet. You fucking stupid head. So why are you bringing up Sasuke in Season 4? You've never mentioned that. What are you talking about? Sasuke's in Season 4? What the fuck were you talking? What? Huh? So to explain that a bit, like 2 years ago, I think like 2.5 years ago or so, I made a post on my Instagram that showed Sasuke with his back turned against the camera, I think, and he had like a purple aura, and the season 4 logo was right there, like in the center or in the corner. It was somewhere on the picture, and I said coming soon in the caption or some shit like that. And it was if I'm able to find the picture, I will have it up. There are 2 Sasuke pictures that I know I have on there. It was that one, and then I made another one where he had the purple aura, but the season 4 was not mentioned in there at all. I'm not sure if I archived the season 4 one, or like I deleted it. Hopefully I didn't, and if I'm able to find it, I will show it. And if not, I will take a picture of Sasuke and make like a fake picture of what it looked like, because I know what it looked like, so you can see what was on there. But yeah, basically around that time, I plan to have Sasuke be the main villain of season 4. I was gonna have Sasuke drop in and put the hurting on everybody there: Goku, Vegeta, Gohan, Piccolo, Trunks, fucking Frieza, and Sentry. Like, I was gonna have Sasuke fuck shit up in a major way. I don't care about power scaling. I'm gonna make Sasuke look like the goat. That's why he's the goat. The goat. You feel me? So, oh god, I think that was the first time me saying "you feel me" unironically without referencing a particular not so good person. Anyway, moving on. Yeah. So, there were plans to include him, and eventually I was like, you know what? He's not going to be in season 4. I think that, look, if I'm not able to find the post and I removed it or something, that's probably why. Because somewhere down the line, I was thinking about season 4, and I was like, you know what? I don't want Sasuke in season 4 in that way, and that could have been me, probably confirming Sasuke's appearance in season 4. I don't know if I just did that, but if if that's what you think, I guess that's what you think. I can't really do anything to help you anyway, whatever. But yeah. The plans for Sasuke were changed and scrapped, and Sasuke is not going to be villain in season 4. So yeah, that's that. Now on to the final point in the Abyss. Kanon's original design / voice. Now, okay, so I had the idea for Kanon a while back. It was a long time ago, right? And the original design for Kanon was literally just the Goku body with a Super Saiyan Trunks hair. Now I'm sorry, but I don't have any actual footage or images of this because I don't believe I've ever taken a photo of it. I think I changed the design very quickly. I was like, you know what? I don't think I can use Goku's body with a Super Saiyan Trunks hair, which mind you, when you see it, it doesn't look that bad. It actually looks kind of cool. And there's a small part of me that wishes I would have used that design, but given how Kanon was created in Shine's canon, see what I did there? It wouldn't really make any sense for him to be wearing that gi, especially considering, how he is made and everything. It wouldn't make any sense at all. So yeah, I think that's why I went in and I changed the gi. Now, as far as the voice is concerned, I was originally supposed to voice Kanon. I had this whole voice planned out for him. It was kind of like a bee. It was gonna be something like a deep voice like this, like I'm Kanon, or something like that. You know, it was gonna be like that. Like that's the voice I envisioned for canon. Like the second I was thinking about, it, I was like, you know what, this is the voice I want, and I'm gonna voice him. But plans change, and Sage and Kami is now the voice of canon, and he has been throughout the entire run of Shine since he has debuted. So, you know, shout out to him. You know, go support my man. But yeah, maybe down the line again, I will eventually do a what if video, like a small little animation of Canon's original design with like the Goku gi and the Super Saiyan Trunks hair, you know, but with my voice, the original voice that I plan to use for Canon. I think that'll be kind of cool to see. Maybe it's like an alternate timeline Canon, maybe where he's not created, but he's an actual Saiyan, you know, who was like actually on planet Vegeta and all that stuff. I think that would be really cool to explore. I think that's actually something that I'm interested in doing. Definitely, definitely something that I'm probably gonna do, because that sounds really badass to me. I'm gonna have to create a whole another story, because if I use a similar story to, you know, like Canon's upbringing, like, and all that stuff, and like how his character is in the series now, that's gonna, like, if I took that and just placed it on top of, you know, like an actual like Saiyan canon, you know, from like an alternate timeline, that story and like his attitude would be really similar to another character that's gonna eventually make his official debut in Shine, and I just don't think that would be the coolest thing to just like rip that, you know, like I don't want to do that. So I'm gonna have to come up with something completely new. It's gonna be nice, it's gonna be awesome, and I'm gonna voice Canon. So that you know, well, that version of Canon. So hopefully this doesn't turn into a situation where it's like you're a fan of something and it's like, oh my god, why did you make this character like a different race? Why did you change his voice? Why did you oh my god. It's like, it's an alternate timeline version, it doesn't matter, you know, it's like, it's all good, you know. But no, but seriously though, as far as like voice acting though, I don't like it when they change voice actors unless it's like a serious situation. But this is an exception because it's a completely different character, so it's cool and it's gonna be awesome. Canon, the original series, the Canon, what could have been, or Canon, the Lost Files or some shit. It's gonna be like a badass mini series with the original design of Canon, and it's gonna be really cool. Maybe that version of Canon and current Canon could meet. You never know. You never know. Canon versus Canon. Who, like, look, whichever Canon wins the fight, they will be Canon going forward in Dragon Ball Shine. That's it. Season 6, spoiler alert, it's happening. Canon versus Canon is the only arc in this season, and that Canon is gonna go on to stay in Shine's canon forever. Even though the show will have been over by then, you know, so it wouldn't really matter. But yeah, whatever. Oh my god, I'm having way too much fun with this. But yeah, thank you guys for tuning in to this Dragon Ball Shine Iceberg. I hope you enjoyed. You know, this video is going to be super long. I think this is going to be my longest video ever on the channel. You know, I think that's pretty cool, and it's something that I have wanted to do for a long time. I've had thoughts and ideas, you know, of like a fact video of Dragon Ball Shine, you know, but I think I like this format better, you know, because I can go like from different levels. You got the surface, the shallows, the depths, the abyss, and just like to go in and see, oh, this is well known, this is not so well known at all, like canon stuff, like, you know, unless you're like like a friend of mine, you know, like then like you already know. But, so yeah, I appreciate the support greatly. Hopefully you guys can stick around, you know, for the content I have coming up. Got a few animations that I'm going to be dropping. You know, some mini ones, some longer ones. So hopefully the support is continued forward. And if you want to, I recommend subscribing and hitting that bell icon, because it's an amazing way to support the channel if you are a fan. If you like what I do, you know, that's cool. And if not, well, that's cool too. You know, a view or something. You know, if you just watch the video, you know, that's amazing too. So, you know, whatever you want to do it, and that's cool. Yeah. Anyway, this has been the Dragon Ball Shine Iceberg. I may do like a part 2 like next year after Shine's over. You know, I'm definitely gonna do that. So thank you guys for watching. Appreciate all the support, and I'll catch you guys later.